Hello, Fo. Where's?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. How are you, Wes?
Okay. I'm doing great.
How's school this week? How's school?
As usual, normal.
Are you enrolled in a government school in Vietnam?
What do you mean government school?
Government school. Where are you regularly enrolled? I mean,
What?
studying. Where are you studying?
For the future or now?
Now, where are you studying now?
Just online studying.
This one, VHS.
Yeah.
Here only. How many subjects do you have here, Wes? How many courses do you take?
I have 4 now.
You have 4 now. Oh, I see. All right. In the future, what do you plan for next year? You're graduating, right?
Yeah.
Where do you plan to
Uh-huh. My planting school was RMIT.
MIT?
RMIT.
What's RMIT?
It's a university, like an Australian university.
For technology?
I know for a lot
For
from the media, I guess.
media. Okay, where in Australia?
Not it's not in Australia. It's in Vietnam, but it is an international school. It's
Ah,
from Australia.
ah,
RMIT, you know.
yeah. No, I haven't heard of that, but it's an Australian based curriculum.
Uh,
And you're going to take up mass media for media communications.
filmmaking.
Oh, yeah, you told me. Yeah, filmmaking. Wow, that's very interesting. Why are you interested in filmmaking? May I ask?
Because I like making videos.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody in your family who is into that kind of work?
My mom working in the media team of a toys company.
Is this an international toy company?
You know My Kingdom.
My Kingdom. No, we have in the Philippines, we have Toy Kingdom.
Oh,
It's also a toy store. My Kingdom, is that an international company?
I guess not, but it sell international toys.
Ah, okay. And what does she do there, your mom?
She's the manager of the media team.
Ah, what does a manager of a media team do with a company in engaged in toys?
Directing script
Ah, really?
and advertisement.
Yeah, I know. Maybe advertisements and marketing strategies like that. But directing strict scripts on what?
On the
On that.
like the script of the advertisement.
Ah, okay. What kind of advertisements do they engage in? Media, film advertising, or
Just like a TV advertisement.
television advertising.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so interesting. And you'd like to do follow her footsteps like that?
Maybe.
What does your father do?
My father is an engineer.
You are not interested in engineering?
No.
Do you have brothers and sisters with
Yeah, I have one brother,
and older or younger?
older.
Is he working already?
No, he study at the United States.
Ah, oh, really? He's studying in the
Yeah.
United States? Oh, what does he study about?
Medical.
Oh, he's going to be a doctor?
Uh, a nurse.
A nurse. Oh, okay. He's going to be a nurse. So, when did you start learning English? Since you were
Uh,
young?
yeah, since I was 6 or 5, I don't remember.
Yeah. You were already in an international school since you were 5 or 6.
No, my mom just hire English teacher comes to teach me.
Ah, like an English tutor. Your mom
Yeah.
speaks good English?
My mom knows English.
Uh huh. I'm sure your brother speaks good English. He's in the
Yeah, he engaged in English sooner than me.
yeah. Since when was he in the States?
What?
How many years has he been studying in the States
Uh, 4 or 5 years now.
already?
Yeah.
Does he come home to Vietnam?
Uh, of previous years is as many years previous he has come, but since the COVID,
Yeah,
he is not going back.
yeah. It's very hard. Where in the United States does he stay?
Uh, Ohio, I guess.
Ah, in Ohio. All right. Wes, can you just like give me your photo instead of this word, your name, Fook?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was better before the first time I met you.
Maybe next time.
Next time.
Yeah,
What do you think for? I wonder where V is.
I don't know too.
Yeah, and she read my message.
Maybe she joined the wrong ID, I guess.
Why? Why? Why?
I don't know.
Okay, I will message her. Okay, where are you? Okay, so what courses are you taking in VHS in TSSAC?
Nutrition math
Mm,
and nutrition, math, and your course
yeah, math.
and
Right.
geographic
I'm sorry, what? What's the other one?
and geographic.
Geography. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all.
that's all. And these four subjects would qualify you to graduate when?
Uh, May in May.
In May, when you finish these four courses,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will be qualified. Have you applied to that Australian university?
Yes,
Have you been
I have.
accepted?
No, I have paid. They like to hold the place to for the application.
What do you mean?
Like there's a lot of students who craving in, so we have to pay like a fee that will like schedule your places.
Like on the waiting list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You are waitlisted. I told Anne that I was off today. Oh, I did not get that message. Oh, I did not get the message. No. Okay. I guess it will be just us. With
Uh-huh.
she's off today. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, last time we had a lesson on journalism. Okay, what do you remember about journalism?
Journalism, like he go around and he travel around, then he's reporting back what he has experienced.
Very good. And we read about two interviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
One from a newspaper reporter, and the other one from an author, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And what do you remember about the interviews?
Uh, like before he have a lot of failure, but after that he knows what he need to improve. So
Uh,
then he becomes more successful.
Very good. Okay, I like that you remember our lessons. Okay, part of your assignment, which you gave a timetable to be submitted on Thursday, is a review, right? When we talk about a review, Wes, what
Mm-hmm.
is your definition or how will you describe a review? Remember last time we did not have any knowledge on this?
Uh-huh.
What do you think is a review? When you are asked to review the lessons, when I just told you let's have a review, what do we mean by that?
Like to look back,
Look back. Very nice. Very nice description. Look back on what?
look back on what you have learned.
Look back on what we have learned. All right. Now, our review, this is part of your homework, will be about the interview. Okay. So, I would like you to listen to this. Reviews. Now that you have read our interview with a reviewer, it's time to turn our focus to review writing. You may choose to write a review of a movie, book, CD, etc. It's up to you. You also may write a positive or negative review, thumbs up or thumbs down. Make image full screen. As Daryl Wetter said, reviews follow a formula. In fact, as you'll learn from this course, most writing follows a formula. Essays, stories, feature articles, biographies, reviews, etc. have a common formula. The variation is what's being written about and how. One thing to keep in mind, a review that relies heavily on paraphrasing or retelling is not a good review. It's very important, when you write your review, to make sure that only 20 to 30% of the review paraphrases the thing you are reviewing. If, for example, you are writing a review of Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring opening parentheses, the movie or the book, closing parentheses, don't just tell me that a hobbit named Frodo gets a mysterious and powerful ring from his uncle, meets up with an elf, a dwarf, a wizard, a couple of men, and some more hobbits and journeys across Middle-earth to get rid of it. Don't tell me that the special effects are realistic or the costumes are really detailed. This does not tell me if you liked or disliked the movie. In fact, don't give too much of the plot away. Imagine how you'd feel if you really wanted to see the movie or read the book, and someone told you the ending. The art of a good review is that you show how good or bad the movie or book or CD is without telling too much about the plot or the songs. This is important advice anytime you write anything about another genre. In other words, don't paraphrase the novel when you write an English essay. You need to argue, not retell.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what the next page holds for you. Okay. Before we go into the formula for writing a review, okay, I want to go back to, wait, I want to go back to where? I want to go back to that review. Okay. What did you understand? What are some tips that were given here? What is a review?
Like to show body about give somebody in give the audience about the information about something.
Do you give information about something? What is, can you be more clear on that or more specific on that?
uh like give them the experience you have on the give your experience on something, give it, or show them like what you have experienced,
Experience on what?
some particular topic, maybe food or movie, novels.
Uh-huh. Okay. Most of the time it's a movie or a book
Yeah.
review, you have it, or a movie review. Okay. You
Mm-hmm.
feel that it is experiential. When you give your experience, what do you include in giving your experience in writing about a review?
Don't give too much opinion, then you describe it.
Opinion, or don't give too much of the plot?
Don't give too much of the plot, it will be
Yeah,
spoiling.
it will
uh
spoil, you will be a spoiler alert. Yeah.
yeah,
Instead, what do you give? What do you write about?
write about the describe what is this about.
Do you
Huh?
describe what it is about?
uh Nope, you what you say, you mean write opinion,
You write an opinion and you tell the,
then you suggest
uh,
if yeah you suggest the audience.
what do you suggest to the audience? There are two things. There are two sides that you will suggest to the audience or to the reader. What will you suggest?
Should they watch it or not?
Yeah. And what do you put there if they should watch it or not? What about your experience? You will tell them if,
They, that the author have a great experience after watching it.
yeah, you will tell them whether you liked it or you disliked it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. According to this article, what is the art of a good review? In the last paragraph, can you read that? The art of a good review.
Yes. The art of a good review is that you show how good or bad the movies, books, or CD without telling too much the plot or the songs.
Mhm.
This is important advice anytime you write anything about other genre. In other words, don't paraphrase the novel when you write in an English essay. You need to argue, not retell,
What do you mean by paraphrase?
to change the structure but not the meaning.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Just changing the words, changing the structure, but not the meaning. So you don't paraphrase. You need to argue for or against when you write an essay. Okay. What kind of essay do you think is a book review or a movie review? What is the objective of this essay? We talked about objectives before in writing an essay, right? To entertain, to educate, to inform, to persuade. Okay?
Mhm.
When you
I
write,
think it's to inform and persuade.
yes, very good. Very good, Riz. Okay. Now, formula for writing a review. Here. The first one is a hook. All right? I want you to listen to this.
Formula for writing a review. 1. Hook. What's your catchy opening? Consider a metaphor or comparison to another work. 2. Map. Let us know what ground we're going to cover. Opening parentheses, for example. This book is good or bad because of X, Y, and Z. Closing parentheses. 3. Paraphrase. Unlike the literary essay, a book review has to briefly paraphrase the plot of a novel. Bad reviews do too much paraphrase. A book review shouldn't be a grade 6 book report. Nonetheless, you've got to describe the novel a little. Work hard never to give away major plot details. Also, a choice adjective or two in your paraphrase will allow your review to hint at the upcoming analysis and argument. Opening parentheses, for or against the novel, closing parentheses. 4. Illustrative analysis. Opening parentheses, 2 to 3 paragraphs, closing parentheses. Show the reader how the novel meets or fails your expectations by citing passages. Opening parentheses. This also gives the reader a taste of the novel in question, closing parentheses, or generalizing about character action. Opening parentheses, for example. It's simply a declaration to state that a novel is sexist. Describing how characters behave in sexist ways demonstrates that the novel is sexist. Give the reader more than just your word that a novel succeeds or fails in some way, closing parentheses. 5. Contrary penultimate paragraph. It's largely an industry standard to tuck your opposite feelings for a book into the second last paragraph. If you admire many things but find some lacking, state them here. If much of the novel is weak, but it has one area of strength, consider listing it now. Only 10% of my reviews have been all good or all bad. 6. Conclusion. As with openings, I often conclude with a metaphor or comparison. What's ideal is something which cements your analysis for the reader. Images are good, but you might also recall a scene or phrase from the book, and then tie your analysis to it.
All right.
Review examples. Make image full screen. Before you write your review, let's look at some examples of reviews. One of
All right. I'm going to stop there. And you are going to tell me, Wes, in your own words, what you understand by the formulas. Okay? Start
Mhm.
with a hook. What is really a hook? What do you mean by a hook? It's a noun, it's an object, What is a hook?
Uh, uh, a hook is like um is a part of a part of a writing when it used to start or connect others paragraph, I guess.
You think that's the one?
Yeah.
The neck?
Oh, it's no. I mean it's used for connect or start of the paragraph.
It is used to start a paragraph. But when we talk about a hook, we're talking about a catchy opening. What do you mean by a catchy opening? Just like the hook when you use a hook to catch fish, right?
Yeah.
This is a shape like this, and you use a hook to catch the fish, and you use a hook to put your clothes on, right, against the wall. That's
Mhm.
what a hook is. Now, when you use hook for a catchy opening at the start of a review, what do you mean by that?
Like it's attract readers.
Yes, exactly. That's the word. To attract readers to read further. All right, you need a catchy opening. Otherwise, your readers will not get hooked. Okay, now we're using it as a verb, will not get hooked in writing your essay. Okay,
Okay.
next, map. I want you to paraphrase or tell me what you understand by a map. Again, this is a noun. What is a map?
Let us know what the ground will. Uh, it's usually at the end of the novel, right?
No,
It's
this is
oh
at the
no.
start. The end of
Uh,
the no. We're talking about a review. At the start of the review, after we write the hook, we have a map. Okay.
uh-huh.
What is a map used for technically? The word
Use on what we are talking about.
in writing a review, it is used for what we are talking about, for the ground we're going to cover. Okay.
Yeah.
The real the other meaning of a map is to when you want to go to a place, you use a map, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When we are going to connect it to writing a review, a map is about telling the people or the reader in which direction we are going. Correct? That's what a map
Correct.
is used for. So you have in the car, you have Waze, you have GPS. That's also a map, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in a review, we have to tell at the start what we are going to cover, if this book is good or bad because of XYZ. And we give at least three reasons or three things we're going to cover. All right.
All right.
Okay. Paraphrased. You already told me the brief meaning of paraphrase. Now,
Yeah.
now in this tip for paraphrase, how do you understand it in your own words?
Mm, book review to briefly paraphrase the plot, like almost like the summarize of the uh, the movie
Or
or the
yeah.
or the novel. Yeah.
Summary, not summarize.
Yeah. Summary.
Yeah. And then, yeah, correct. You give a brief summary of the novel or the movie, and then,
And then you tell it in your own words.
that's what paraphrase is about. And
Mm-hmm.
what is the tip here? What should you not do?
Should not paraphrase the plot.
Should not paraphrase the plot too much.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Uh, or change the content of the story.
Exactly. You don't have to, and you should never do that. They change the content. Also, you need to review the book deeper and not just make it like a grade 6 book report, right? A grade 6 book
Mhm.
report will be like a paraphrase of the story. You tell the characters, you tell the plot, and you tell the ending. That is what a book report is about. A review is different. You give your analysis and argument. Okay, what do you mean by illustrative analysis?
Uh, show the readers uh, by faking them expectation by the passage citing. Huh? I guess.
Show the reader how the novel meets or fails your expectation by citing passages. Here, in 2 to 3 paragraphs, you already tell the reader uh, if you like it or you don't like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So you will give passages. What do you mean by citing passages?
Like reference, right? Reference.
Like reference and reference to the novel or to the movie. Yeah, very good. It's simply a declaration. So here you're going to do demonstrate already or tell the reader what your stand is. I like it or I don't like it. And here are my reasons. For example, okay, now penultimate paragraph. That's a big word. Can you Google the meaning of penultimate and tell me what you understand by it?
Uh, is a second from the last. I showed in the Cambridge. They said it is the second from the last.
Yeah, correct. Second from the last paragraph. Okay. And what do you write in your penultimate paragraph?
Uh, second from the last. Like it's the body, right?
Yeah, it's a body. Second to the last paragraph, you give you give the opposite feeling. For example, you give one thing if this is a negative review, you give one thing that you admire in the novel or in the movie. If it's a positive review, you give one thing that you do not like in the second to the last paragraph, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And in the conclusion, as the word states, what is the conclusion?
Conclusion. You summarize your review
Mhm.
and
When you
give your
conclude with a metaphor or comparison, what do you mean by that?
what
I often conclude with a metaphor or comparison.
uh, no idea.
No idea. Uh, you want to review poetry, and you will see a lot of metaphors in poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is a metaphor?
Metaphor is like a literature technique.
Literary technique, yeah.
When you like you describe something, but in a different,
Mm-hmm.
like in a different way.
Uh-huh. You
That
describe something in a different way by
by giving
describe something in a different way. It's a direct comparison to something that are two different things. For example, the world is a stage. Okay. So you are comparing the world to a stage, a theater stage. Okay. These are two different things, the world and the stage. That's why you use a direct metaphor, and you will see why the world is a stage. Okay. In that kind of metaphor, the world is a stage. Wes, what do you understand by that? Why is the world a stage? Can you give me the meaning when I say the world is a stage?
uh, the word is a stage, right?
Yeah,
Stage.
stage for the theater, stage for acting. Why is the world a stage?
Like every human have their own like a stage to step.
Uh huh. That's right. And
And
all are actors. Okay. What do you mean by that? The world's a stage and all are actors.
what is all after?
Actor? The
Uh,
one who appears in the movies.
uh, the word is a stage, and we are actor, right?
Yes, and we are actors. I think that's Shakespeare, right?
Uh-huh. So it's mean the word is where we live, and we will perform it
Yes,
like we do on the stage.
yes. When we are doing our daily life, like studying or working or having lessons, we are like acting, right? We are like
Mm-hmm.
in a performance, and we are in this world, and the floor or the ground that we step on is like a stage. And where we step on is the whole world, and everybody is an actor doing something somewhere, somehow, with different characters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we compare the world to a stage. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now let's have some review examples. I like having a lesson with you. You understand everything. All right, let's continue. It won't.
Formula for writing a review.
Oh.
1. Or, for parental. 6. Adjective or 2 in your paraphrase will allow your review against the novel. Opening parentheses, 2 to 3 paragraphs, closing parentheses. Opening parentheses. This also gives the reader a taste of the novel in question. Closing parentheses or generalizing about character action. Opening parentheses, for example. It's simply a declaration to state that a novel that or fail contact your things but as one have been all good or all bad. 6. Conclusion. As with openings, I often conclude with a metaphor or comparison. What's ideal is something which cements your analysis for the reader. Images are good, but you might also recall a scene or phrase from the book, and then tie your analysis to it. Review examples. Make image full screen. Before you write your review, let's look at some examples of reviews. One of the best ways to learn about writing and become a writer is by reading. If you don't read, then you can't be a writer. The following example, by Daryl Wetter, follows the above formula and has teacher comments and pops up tracked up boxes to guide you. Review by Daryl Wetter. Read more reviews. There are lots of reviews out there. Before you write your review, I'd like you to pick up a newspaper or search online and read more reviews. But be careful, there are a lot of bad, paraphrase-filled reviews out there. If a review mostly, opening parentheses, 80 to 90%, closing parentheses retells the story, and you have no idea if the book or movie or CD is good or bad, then it's a bad review. CBC has very good movie reviews that follow Daryl's formula. Katrina Onstead is a particularly good movie reviewer. Peter Travers also writes good movie reviews for Rolling Stone magazine. Here are links to a couple of great reviews and review websites. Opening parentheses, there's a lot here, once you decide what you will be reviewing. Opening parentheses, book, movie, CD, etc. Closing parentheses, choose the appropriate kind of examples to read. Closing parentheses. See.
Okay, I would like you, let's look at this, and I would like you to criticize. Okay? Case,
What is criticized?
what is criticize? I would like you to tell me if it's a good or bad review. That is
Okay.
that is literary criticism. Haste makes waste. Okay. Can you read, please? Success.
Oh, I'm reading, or I'm reading in my. I'm reading out loud, or I'm reading in my.
Read it out loud.
Okay. Success isn't always good for writers. Last year, in this page, I found Michael Ornanchi's The Vestero
Self-indulgence.
and the Academy self-injured and disorganized, yet in life after the Booker Prize and the Academy Award-winning adaptation on Adachi's The English Patient, what editor or critic can ensure similarly on the American writers Thomas Patola novels Little Children was made into a movie, and his subsequent fiction has been rushed.
Okay.
The Action Teacher is the first draft present as the Polish novel. Or more. Haste also Mars Brief, the novel by an Australia's two times Booker's nominees Tim Winton, a Bildungsroman coming age novel on a surfboard. It could have been read novel. Haste in the symbol of the surfboard. That naked slab of the technology which allows the individual to write but not conquer a force more powerful than himself. Winton has found excellent dramatization of independence, risk, and humanity. His regular exquisite writing memorable renders and the poetry of the waves, but an ingenuity subject, right?
Yeah, intriguing subject.
An intriguing subject. A handful of great metaphors do not a story make brief succeed in showing why young Bruce Piglet risked his life on water, but it doesn't fully connect feel exhilarating moment to the rest of life or should show us what to make of the outer self-imposed risk. Brave is largely set in a small Australian mill town in the 1970s, a time when a place which much overlap geographical. The fiction town of Sawyer is within biking distance of the ocean, not quite on the ocean. The top flocks, especially Bruce Quiet, and imaginative parents regard the ocean as a danger not to be courted. Yet migrants suffer arriving to life on the coast.
Mhm. As a boy,
As a boy, Bruce grew contentedly, right?
yeah, contentedly, grows from contentedly fishing.
Contentedly fishing and fishing a local river with his father to imploring the older man who can't swim to row through the estuary to an ocean they can hear and smell but not see yet. By the age of 30, Bruce invulnerable moving away from the safe word. His parents find him seeking friend with a shared interest in the ocean in particular and rich in general. He first meets Looney, a boy equally keen to ride waves. They grow up hearing and Sando, a thirsty something professional surfer willing to mentor boys.
Mhm.
To the maturing teenagers, Sado's younger American wife, Ava, at first seemed alien in various ways. Uh, Winston Rice, Winston Rice, Winston Wright, Nolly in of the sufferer, entirely voluntary
Mm.
need to fall with death waves are long creaming breakers and pills and lurch and dive and lurch and dilate underwater are disclocked suffer wears a cow of bubbles. The sound of large wave was breaking up that seed measuring tearing itself to pieces. More. That's a long.
Okay, I will read it. Admirably, the accuracy of the writing isn't limited to the physical. Bruce's maturation on and off the surfboard carries him through various emotions, each bundled in the novelist's combination of indictment and celebration. Paradoxical mixtures of pride and shame, bravery and wisdom, as well as loyalty and selfishness, render extreme sport as a metaphor for life itself, a balance of fear and desire. For all its mid sized accuracies, Breath doesn't fully transcend surfing or its protagonist to make a lasting universal statement. The middle of a story is notoriously the most difficult to write. And here, Winton loses interest and momentum. as Bruce and Looney drift apart. The separation is given as much time and importance as a romantic breakup. Yet, Looney is an irredeemably one dimensional character devoted slowly to chasing one adrenaline high after another. We can't mourn Looney's departure as we resent the time spent on his slow leave taking and even lose some interest in Bruce. Another, less fatal challenge comes in the novel's backward glancing structure. Breath is narrated by Bruce in the first person, but is one step removed by the use of the past tense. Instead of watching Bruce grow up, we'll listen to a middle aged Bruce describe his younger life. One consequence is the mixed blessing of the novel's close, a slippery denouement in which intelligent emotional confessions are made, but too many years and prices slide by too quickly. In short, we see little connection between the adolescent surfer who risks his life in one spot but not another, who is loyal in some ways but not others, and the articulate but distant adult he becomes. Breath doesn't quite catch its own wave. Jarrell Weather has just published his own novel of risk and wisdom, The Bicycle Odyssey, The Push and the Pull. He teaches creative writing at Dalhousie University. All right, this is about, what is the novel about?
It's about
Somewhat. It's entitled Breath by Tim Winton. Something about, did you catch any of this?
no, it's too hard.
It's about surfing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's about controlling the wind and the waters. Okay, that's the metaphor there. Okay, there are many complicated words here, but what we are trying to look at here is whether this book review followed the rudiments of writing a review. Like for example, hook. What is the hook here?
The opening.
Okay, what is it?
Uh, Successful isn't always for good writers.
Okay. Did you get hooked on that? Success isn't always good for writers.
Maybe.
Why? Like, it will make you question why. When you say a writer is successful, it's good, right?
Yeah.
But here, he says exactly the opposite. So that's your hook. What does he mean by that? Success isn't always good for writers. Okay, so that's your hook. And then it gives you curiosity why he said that. Can you go back? Wes, and tell me the second part of the rudiments of writing a review after the hook?
Uh,
What follows the hook? Number one is a hook. What's number two?
it's it is no, number three is paraphrase. Number two is something I forgot.
Aren't you at the site?
Then the something paragraph, right?
The something paragraph. I don't know what the something paragraph is. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going back. Okay, here. The map.
Oh yeah, the map.
Okay, so let's,
The paraphrase.
yeah. The map uh, is very complicated. Oh, in the symbol of the surfboard. Okay, so he is trying to map out. Okay, the surfboard. Okay, He talks about the surfboard. He talks about success, and he talks about uh, the ups and downs of life as a metaphor in riding the surfboard. Do you know what I'm talking about in riding the surfboard? Do you have any idea of the surfboard?
This is wave surfing, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Correct.
I have a little bit.
Okay, so we are on the same page. I just want to make sure. And then there is the paraphrase. Am I correct? Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
paraphrase. So just to tell you, give you an example. Where's the paraphrase here? Here about the setting. Okay, Australia. And then he paraphrases. He grows up. Bruce grows from as a boy, and then he meets Looney, another boy, another character. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
who also wants to do surfing, and there's Sando, and then some other characters. So this is the paraphrase, introduction of the setting, the characters, and the plot. Okay, what's the next one? Illustrative analysis. What is this about? Show the reader. Oh, okay. Let's see where it goes. Uh, why he likes or dislikes it. There. The accuracy of the writing isn't limited to the physical. Okay. Breath doesn't fully transcend surfing or its protagonist. Do you think he likes it or he doesn't?
Uh, nope.
He doesn't like.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of negative things. Mixed blessing. We can't mourn Luna's departure. Breath doesn't quite catch its own wave. Okay, this is the ending, the conclusion. What do you mean by that? Breath doesn't quite catch its own wave. Did he like it or did he not like it?
He not like it.
Did not like it. What makes you think that?
Rap doesn't catch its own wave in that one.
Yeah,
In
what?
that sentence. Like he doesn't like it's a metaphor, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Very good. Go on. Explain further in 1 minute.
He doesn't know like doesn't know what he's truly interested, right?
Yeah. Breath is the book, right? It doesn't catch its own wave. For all that it's all about surfing, when a surfer catches his wave, that means he is successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you say breath, the title of the book, it's like personification. It makes it a person. Doesn't quite catch its own wave. What do you mean by that? Is it a success or a failure to
A
him?
failure.
Yeah, the book is a failure. And that is his conclusion. All right. So that's how you're going to write a review, Wiz.
Yes,
That's how you're going to write a review.
I know.
Follow the rudiments of writing, and you tell me which one you're going to review on. All right.
All right.
All right. So that's the end of our lesson, and I'll see you again on Tuesday. That was a good participation, Wiz. How do you
Yeah.
spell your name? WIZ?
WYIZ S
W
YIS.
WY?
Mm-hmm. And S.
WYS. Wiz. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fuck. I'll see you next time. And
Thank you. See ya.
okay. Bye.
Bye.